Hello there and welcome. What we're going to be doing with Reddit War Room is discussing people's replays. I've got a good player on in Connor. Hello Connor.
How's it going? Greetings from sunny Glasgow.
Via Ireland, that's fairly interesting. And we've got a replay from a level 9 US player. I announced this a few days ago and I said to people, listen, send your replays in and if you want to cast, give me your details and we'll get something organised. And it's going to be a series based on Reddit where people obviously submit their replays and we have a look at them, we have a laugh whilst watching them, and we say how they could improve, if they can improve. if it's not a lost cause. I'm just joking, of course. The guy we've got here, his name is Spitz in game, or in Reddit rather, and in game his name is Gordon Brown. As I say, he's a level 9 American player. His opponent is a PE player, level 10, which you're going to be following, aren't you, Connor?
Yeah, gun toss, yeah.
Gun toss indeed. Let's bring the map up now. It's a Stutzdorf game. Gun toss in the north, Gordon Brown in the south, and it looks to be a doozy. And are you on 5 seconds, Connor?
I'm ready when you are.
Right then, 3, 2, 1, on pause. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And here we go. So when you're playing this map,
we have some kind of interesting start here with a PE with 3 kitten crowds.
3 cat and crads. Jesus
well,
Christ.
2 queued up, yeah.
That's crazy. Why would you do that, Connor? Why would you be possessed to build more than 1 cat and crowd at the start of a game?
Well, it's a big map and everything like that, but I would never do any more than 2 kitten crowds myself. Maybe you think of a 3rd kitten crowd later after one's destroyed or something, but no, it's not for me.
But don't the amount of territories on the map in any way justify the multiple cat and crowd swarm?
Yeah, I'd absolutely do 2, but 3 just because they've got 0 combat effectiveness. Besides the odd push and stuff like that, it's not very good at the start.
that is true, yeah. I think that's a bit of advice for the non-Redditor player. Don't build more than 2, and if you're building 2, make sure you use them properly. But he seems to have them fairly active anyway, so obviously capping as much as he can do.
What have we got for the American?
He's just gone a simple 1 extra ES, so 2 engineers straight to barracks, first rifleman, looking to go towards the north of the map, maybe to try and focus on that fuel. And obviously we're trying to cover for the fact that the start of any Company of Heroes game is always rather boring. As they, it's
not at all.
Sometimes, especially
early game's my favourite.
Some games like Semwar, though, you do question what you're doing with your life, as you don't see the enemy for the first 2 minutes sometimes.
Even Gordon Brown can't believe that I like early game.
Yeah, Gordon Brown spits there saying, "Really? Really? You're gonna decap my strategic point outside my base?"
Yeah, we got tier 2 coming up for the PE, which is
already
first
wow.
PGs.
Incredible. So not using the PGs for their combat ability, more their engineering skills. Incredible.
No, and we got cloaked kittens as well, so somebody has a plan.
Luftwaffen plan. Indeed. But the cat and crowd, 3 cat and crowd strategy is not that bad because already he's nearly getting the plus 16 fuel. Although the cat and crowd did just go idle, which is just as I was complimenting him, he just throws it back straight in my face. There we go. It's kicked back into action.
Very good. Yeah, they're remaining active and they're capturing territory and stuff, so that's good.
What do you think about Gordon Brown's psychological warfare at the moment?
I haven't really been paying much attention to be honest.
Well, he just said in the chat, everybody that's tried this strat before has lost. But those that
I'm not too sure, really. Has that happened? Is that the truth or not? That's his opinion, anyway. So fair play to him with that.
Those that came before you were smote upon the landslide. Or something similar, basically. Yeah. The Gavers have been a little bit conservative. Obviously, with not many P-grunts built, he can't really blob up very much.
Yeah, they should be taking their advantage in green cover and long range. They are going to be Yeah, coming up with some engineers near them now, so I think they should be in a good position.
1 point for improvement that Gordon Brown can make at this point is if you're going to use riflemen and engineers together, always bring the engineers in second because they will get focus fire.
Yeah, I suppose just a slow kind of helped him an awful lot there. It's good use of slow by the PE player.
Definitely.
Grand top.
The Kettenkrad's in a bit of spot of danger in the north there.
Oh yeah. He's invisible though, so it's cool.
Exactly.
Oh no, not invisible anymore.
Oh no.
Move. I think he might be damaged engine or something.
Well, he seems to be a little bit on fire. Instead of killing the Kettenkrad.
Shoot him!
He's not. And there's one engineer that could kill him, but is deciding not to. Maybe he's a pacifist. That's why he joined the engineers corps. He didn't want to fire a gun.
Out there.
Oh, but
some fuel being spent with an infantry half-track.
I see the strategy the P player's going for. He's trying to cut him off.
Enemy unit down.
And finally got the third Kettenkrad in the north there. But look, in the south, the P ran with the Gavers and the second Kettenkrad. They're doing some decapping. Not a bad little strategy.
One thing he might be doing. Yeah, he's going for two PGs, 2 infantry half-track pin. Oh, it's actually a pretty good strategy because 2 infantry half-tracks will pin a squad as fast as an MG42.
Really? Oh wow, that's a nice tip that is.
We have a threat for a
Nice early retreat there from the rifleman. Didn't even take a bullet. Incredible. So yeah, the Americans are getting back their fuel now, so they are going to be linked up, and the engineers are now capping the +16 fuel finally. So it's not looking bad for Gordon Brown in this stage.
sector being
What do you think of the What do you think of the 3 kittens starting now? That
now that I've seen it fail, I think it's bad.
Yeah, I would agree. It seems like that the American, even though he lost his cutoff for a little bit, that he's still in majority map control
losing a
with
munition
a lot
sector.
of the major parts.
And we still see Gordon Brown with the psychological warfare. 2 kettle crads, as he calls them.
We are losing
Maybe he
a
thinks
munition
they're
sector.
for like tea making facilities, I don't know. And then 2 half-tracks, 2 B-grounds. He's describing his enemy's build order to him as though he doesn't know it already, just to prove how dominant he is in terms of strategy. What do you think of that as a tactic?
I think it's a pretty good tactic and it's going to work for him, like, you know.
Hopefully, yes. I'm going to do that
We
for now
actually
on.
have a surprising unit come out now as well, a mortar half-track.
Really? Let's have a
It's
look.
an awful lot of fuel to be spending on a map like this. Like, that's 80 fuel he's spent on
Oh, we just
half-track.
saw a lot of riflemen die there. So it must something must be going right for Gronthos at this point. Surely?
Yeah, the 2 infantry half-tracks are definitely doing very well.
Yeah, 2 kills, 1 kill, 3 kills between them. Nah. I suppose you were just being nice.
Well, no, but like
We're
they're
losing a
suppressing
fuel
and
sector.
everything.
That's true. It is trying to pin him in his base, and he is now capping the fuel again, so he definitely has some kind of strategy he's trying to play for here.
The kitten crads aren't looking very healthy either.
Oh, that's true. But yeah, I'm thinking of doing that, by the way,
Losing
the
ground
strategy
out
that
there.
we've seen
Supply
Gordon
lines
Brown
are broken.
utilise
We have
here.
territory
When
cut off
against a good
supply.
Wehrmacht player, I'm going to go, you're double building your Wehrmacht quarters, aren't you?
Supply lines are broken.
In the
We
chat,
have
you know,
territory
try and
cut
put him
off
off his
some
game.
supply.
You're capping the resource points nearest to your base, aren't you? You know,
Up
you
the ante.
bastard.
Production is now at
And then
full
I'll
time.
really try and
I'm
make...
not a fast enough typer.
That's true. My touch typing can really come into play there, because I can put him off his game by showing him how good I am with my knowledge.
Yeah, it's a plan anyway. We see PGs here trying to repair under fire. Not a good idea.
Not a good idea. Oh, a sticky off! 3 stickies off!
Enemy unit down.
Oh, so many units lost. So many. Carnage.
And does this make you remember of your time at this light level of auto match on it?
Broken.
Because this just feels so different to the games I play. And I'm not that much better, I suppose.
I suppose. I think whatever about anything else, the PE player is not playing a macro game at all. So I've always been more of a macro player than a micro player. My micro isn't great, but so I think more the American player seems more familiar to me than the PE player.
So you're more of a symbiosis rather than a dev M?
Yeah, I suppose that would be true, even though when I watch Symbiosis stream, it just
Oh, nice fire mortar
yeah, it's
usage
being
there.
very dodgy with his
Enemy
rifles.
unit down.
Another rifle build. So we've had 4 riflemen teams. Obviously, no
Supply
squad
lines are
losses yet
broken.
for
We have
Gordon
territory
Brown,
and
except
base is
perhaps an
taking
engineer.
fire.
Yeah, he's doing very well really with unit preservation,
losing a
even though
munitions point.
he's gotten lucky a few times with regards to that mortar half track and stuff.
Oh, he's destroyed a pea ground in the house there. Obviously, you'd be expecting Gronthos to have retreated at some point, but you know, it's not bad for Gordon Brown at this point. He's played okay.
We are
He's
losing
not
contact with
succumbed
one
to
of
the
our
pressure of being completely cut off, and that's commendable. But it's a higher level of play. You'd be seeing armoured cars from the PE at this point, so he'd be, you know, pinned in his base entirely.
Well, it's funny that you should say that.
Oh, is it? Is it indeed?
Yes, it is. Also, it's kind of interesting that it does seem that Gordon Brown has been way more conservative with his units, playing very well that way. He doesn't have very good map control at all, even after being cut off and getting his cut off back. So all of a sudden, the PE player, even though he's down to very few units, has the majority of the map.
Yeah, perhaps this is quite an old school PE strategy. I mean, I've not only been playing the game for a little over a year myself, so I've not seen a PE play as it's evolved. You've been playing since 2008. Would you have seen something similar to this maybe a few years ago?
I really like the infantry half-track start, but I think usually you go for things like Panzerschreck straight after
Losing
it.
ground out
Oh,
there.
fair dues.
And Tier 4. The mortar half-track is kind of funny, and it was kind of a silly choice if you ask me.
Yeah, definitely.
Forward supply line.
I suppose he was trying to pin him in his base and trying to get rid of the MG structures, perhaps.
We have some aggressive Luftwaffe ground.
Yes,
ground
I was
forces as well.
about to say the airman being used for, you know, the arrowhead of his attack there. Nice. The motor pool is up and the M8 is building, so we'll be hearing high soon.
Yeah, it should be
Losing
very
ground out
effective.
there.
It really should actually. Compared to for all the light armor on the field, there's no really anti-armor counters. I'm surprised he's had enough fuel for this M8, to be honest. I don't know, have an idea where he got that from.
Yeah, and he can rest assured that there's no mines around the place either, because he's seen Tier 2 and Tier 3 and Luftwaffe.
Yeah, that's true. So he's pretty much any possibility of mines has been dissipated there.
Yeah, he could be like a bit cautious of something like a Marauder,
Supply lines
but
are
he
broken.
won't have to be.
Territory
No,
cut off.
I don't think so, no. And somebody has recce'd a Greyhound and it's now on the field.
We have another Kittencrad.
Oh wow. The fourth Kettencrad has made its appearance, that's interesting. And an armoured car has just hit a mine. And now going to perhaps go down to small arms fire.
Yeah, the actual mine placement has been very good with Gordon Brown as well. He's placed a couple of mines in key areas. It's worked out very well for him.
Yeah, you've got to say that little tiny entrance to the northern sector with the plus 16 fuel is probably the most mined area in Company of Heroes history. Other than the
Yeah,
cross...
and actually on the northern Ramsey dash there was a mine as well that hit an armoured car.
Oh, nice. Oh, I see that. Yeah, I see that now. It's not a bad meta game from Gronthos. Obviously, a fast M8 is very good against PE, and he's not chosen bars, which is also a very good strategical option because bars aren't recommended against PE.
Yeah, it's their soldier armour stands up pretty well. I think we just lost a rifle squad.
Oh, really?
M8. We might need to lose a second one.
Really? Yeah, I do see the rifle squad in question. He's got literally half a percentage of health points there.
Yeah, but there was actually just one that was lost just before it.
Oh wow, I do see a lot of riflemen strewn across the battlefield, so yeah. I think that's probably a good assessment of the situation there. Not very good vehicle micro from the mighty Gronthos there.
Yeah, and he's pretty far away from getting a Marauder because he's just almost finished Marauder tech.
Oh nice, that will be a good accompaniment for his wife he's got here.
Yeah, it should definitely. We'll see how good Gordon Brown's micro is because an M8 can usually beat a Marauder one-on-one.
I've I've actually been a fan of Gordon Brown's micro abilities in this game. For a level 9 player, he's shown, you know, he can keep his units moving at any one time in multiple sectors of the battlefield. So he's got a very good foundation on which to build, I think.
I'm a fan of the kitten crad usage.
And also his typing ability is
unit down.
second to none. Ooh, P-Grand squad down in the near the plus 16 fuel there.
And a kitten crad down.
Oh, nice. So yeah, it's not looking good for the P player. From having literally no territory, Gordon Brown's managed to, you know, crush the opposition here.
Yeah, crush is a good
Initiating
word
defensive
because
operation.
he's just stuffing his base right now. But a martyr coming out.
How would you compare Gordon Brown the player to Gordon Brown the British politician?
Well, I'm not British, so I'm not really that familiar with Gordon Brown's policies. But at the same time, no, I've got really no opinion on it.
Oh, he's a very...
We got a doctor.
Our supply lines are being threatened.
I cannot confirm that. We do have command points in the bank, but we don't have any evidence of it.
Terrible play.
Oh, I know, that rifleman nearly died. And riflemen nearly dead in the north at the same time. I think attacking a flak Vialig with your face is never recommended. The mortar's out now. Oh, and he's attacking... He's attacking more vehicles with his face. Never good to see. He's really in a bit of a manpower pickle at the moment, and he's now retreating through an armoured car and Luftwaffe.
Nice AT shell.
Long-range artillery is awaiting coordinates.
Infantry doctrine, there we go.
One of our units was
Oh no, he went down.
violated.
Yeah, the P might make a bit of a resurgence now. It's got some heavy counters out. It's got a, you know, a Wirbelwind Flakpanzer. Amongst 2 Marders, an armoured car, a Luftwaffe squad. So you... Well, this AT gun's doing work, but other than that, you can see the P player making a bit of resurgence. In the north, you'll notice Gordon Brown has got a completely idle rifle that could have been capping the plus 16 fuel and victory point. That's never good to see.
How do you feel about, how do you do capping usually? Do you shift click a lot?
Shift
or?
click an awful lot. My little finger on my left hand is constantly on shift when I play Company of Heroes. It never leaves shift. As soon as
How about other hotkeys?
I do have auto hotkeys. I may leave that in the description of the YouTube video, along with a bit of info on the 2 players we see today and Connor himself. But yeah, auto hotkeys are a must, I think. And with Code 2, hopefully we see a little bit more ability to use that from straight out of the box rather than having to use homebrew.
There's some awful play here.
Yes, let's just, you know, look the gift horse straight in the mouth. This is pretty bad play. Oh no, the armoured car's now flanking the AT gun. That's not bad, I suppose.
Yeah, no, it's pretty decent, right? You're doing something else. His other... how did that M8 survive?
I don't know. It must be piloted by Arnold Schwarzenegger, who is, you know, a naturalized American. So that analogy fully worked. Yeah, definitely. It's Arnold Schwarzenegger in his, you know, governor days. I covered for myself quite well there, I think.
It's kind of tough to know what's going on.
It really is. I think at this point we've got to say these players have been in a titanic struggle against each other, so they're a little bit tired at this
Berlin
point.
by Christmas.
Who do you think wins one-on-one? Neither vehicle moving, an M8 or a Flak Panther?
Enemy unit down.
I'd say it's a difficult
I actually
question.
have no idea.
Because a Flak Panther, obviously an Ostwind eats an M8, but a Flak Panther's based off the Ostwind, so who knows? And GG called there.
That was interesting.
It was interesting. That is a very good word to describe it. I've got a dread in the pit of my stomach that the audio quality, the audio of the game was a little bit too loud. Hopefully it wasn't. Hopefully you could hear what we were saying. I'm going to upload it now regardless. But yeah, what comments do you have based on their play?
I suppose both players seemed like they wanted to focus on micro at the start of the game and totally lost their concept of micro at the end of the game. Like neither player was really playing for macro, neither player was really gaining any huge resources, even with the 3 kitten crad start. And the American player should have been able to resist the cutoff. But
Definitely.
yeah, that's my comment on it.
My comment on Stutzdorf is, let me just bring the tactical map up here. Connor, unfortunately, you can't see this. Here we go. Basically, if you're starting from the north and you see the enemy in the early game make a big insurgence for these 2+5 fuel points just outside your base, you need to retreat as quickly as humanly possible. You need to analyze the situation and think, oh god, he's going to cut me off. I need to get back. I need to get rid of this MG, especially against Wehrmacht. What we didn't see from Gordon Brown / Spitz here is he didn't react quick enough to this strategic point here. You see that his base is roughly a 2x2 square with only 2 connecting territories. So if these 2 territories are taken, he's completely and utterly cut off. And he did not react quick enough for that for my liking, and that's one point I will give on Stutzdorf, is when you see the danger, you have to react to it as quickly as possible.
The fuel is pretty easy to keep usually as well.
Definitely, definitely. But other than that, I think we've we've definitely had fun watching it, haven't we, Connor?
Yeah, do you have any good points that you'd like to say about other players?
I tried my best with what I just said, but good points. I think that we saw some expert M8 usage. For a level 9 US player,
the M8 usage was pretty good.
It wasn't bad at all, was it? And the fast M8, however, doesn't actually... it's not very good going over the level 10 mark, because an anti-tank half-track can immobilize an M8, and a mortar half-track can kill an M8 within, half a minute. So M8's become a little bit worthless in the current P versus US metagame. But at this level of play, for a level 9 player, an M8 quick is a very good tool. But other than that...
I'd actually disagree with you.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, I think definitely, I know what you're talking about. You're talking about the Engstrom strategy is really good for Americans at the moment, and that doesn't go near tier 3 at all. But I think a defensively used M8 can still be very useful. I think it's nowhere near as useful as it used to be, but it's still very useful against PE.
Yeah, I agree with your counterpoint there. But I am basing everything what I'm saying off the Armstrong strategy, which is 3 engineers, 4 rifles, no upgrades other than stickies. All your upgrades are based on flamers for the engineers, and then you go straight to tier 4, which is a Hellcat or an M8, an M10 rather. So yeah, he's right to say that. I'm basing it all off that. So maybe, I don't know, an M8 can be useful. Depends on how you use it. Conservatively, could be a good application of M8. Who knows? But as I say, I am going to wrap it up now. Thank you for watching. We're going to have different people on every week. Hopefully we'll have Connor on again sooner rather than later, because I think he's been pretty good as a shoutcaster. And yeah, I'm just blathering on. Thank you. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.
Bye.